Hello. Happy Thanksgiving. How are you guys doing? I know. Americans today we are celebrating what we call Happy Thanksgiving. It's another version of Christmas to me, if you ask me. So people are busy cooking turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and all that good stuff. I had a little bit of time with my family this morning. We made some nice brunch I've enjoyed. And then I was like, guys, just give me a little time because I promised to be here today since I couldn't make it on Tuesday. So I figured out, let me come here shortly so that we can build ourselves a little bit in the midst of enjoying and celebrating and giving thanks. Okay. All right. So I'm here today. We are going to talk about how the importance of why we need to change our thoughts because our thoughts actually shape our world. Okay. Okay. So I'll use myself an example. There was a time in my life whereby I wasn't very conscious about my actions, about how I live my life. It wasn't more like, it wasn't like I didn't care, but I just wasn't aware. Like I didn't make myself aware of what I was doing and what my actions and what my thoughts meant. Okay. So it wasn't a time until I started learning about what is personal development, what it means to have a different and positive perspective in life that I started knowing, how important it is to control your thoughts because your thoughts are what you tell yourself over and over. Those are the things that you think about, and they ultimately shape your world. Okay. So now I can say I'm more aware. I don't just like, I'm very intentional. Let's just say, use that word. I'm intentional about what I allow my mind to think about. I'm intentional about the words that I speak out of my mouth. I'm intentional about making sure that I stay in positivity. If I notice there's a lot of negativity coming from within, from without, the people around me, I am very careful to shut that down. Now, I can give even an example with my daughter. Like this morning, she woke up. Okay, they're not going to school, and it's Thanksgiving. They're home. All right. So she woke up. Usually, when she wakes up in the morning, she knows it's time to prepare and go to school, brush her teeth, dress up, and all that good stuff, right? But on days like this, she's not in a hurry to get ready, get dressed up for the day because she's like, I'm not going anywhere. So she started being whiny this morning, you know. When I tell her, you need to go brush your teeth, she was like, why do I have to do it right now? I'm not going to school. There's no hurry for me. I'll do it later. I'm like, girl, you just woke up and you're waking up with so much negativity. Your mother cannot even deal with that. I am trying to stay away from, negativity. I can't do it. It's so easy. You woke up, it's time for you to go to the bathroom, brush your teeth, wipe your face, get dressed up, look nice for the day. It's Thanksgiving. All right. So we fought there for a while before she finally decided, okay, I'm going to listen. Then she finally brushed her teeth and she finally got dressed up. So the plan was that she's going to go with me to the kitchen as we prepare brunch, right? She comes, she gets dressed up, she comes to the kitchen and she starts complaining. Why is this washcloth here? And why is this cup here? And who moved this and put it here? And I'm just like, you know, partly I was like, wait a minute, does she get this from me? Because maybe I used to be that kind of a person, but I am working to, build a lot of positivity in my life. So I just didn't want to straight up start blaming her. I stopped for a minute and I started to think like, oh my God, I hope she's not getting this from me, because like I say, I'm learning to be very, very intentional about what I'm saying and what kind of energy I'm sending out, because if it's too negative, then people don't want to be involved. People, they may not tell you, but they just pull back. They don't want to deal with that. So I had to remind her. I said, look, if you want to be in this kitchen with me this morning to make this breakfast, then you really need to adjust your attitude. You cannot come here with too much negativity about who moved what and who put this here and why is this here, because for one, this is my kitchen. For two, you don't come here to cook or clean or do anything, so you have no say where anything goes. So I'm just illustrating the importance of having a positive outlook, having a positive mindset, and the importance of catching ourselves when you find yourself becoming too negative. It's like, okay, nobody appreciates a lot of negativity. No, nobody wants, to be sucked in negative energy all the time. It's draining, and it makes you lose your focus. It makes you, lose your sense of direction. So to me, I'm learning to be very, very intentional, be very positive with, me, the energy that I'm sending out there, and also the people that I interact with on a daily basis. So we are talking about, once again, the importance of our thoughts, because pretty much what you're thinking in your head is what you're gonna say, okay, and is what you're gonna act, okay. So you have to literally work hard to change the negative connotation that you have towards, say, for example, your health. You can't just say, oh, I've given up, I can't. Like for me, honestly, I really don't care for sugars, but carbohydrates is my biggest, um what you call it, I can't remember the right word for that, but I fall for carbohydrates all the time. They're my weakness. And so that is what I try to work on. And so I try. Yes, 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 you're right. It's very repelling. Yeah, so I try not to bring myself around where I see so much carbohydrates, because I know that is my weakest point. And then of course I try not to tell myself all the time, oh, I don't like carbohydrates. I don't like carbohydrates. I don't like carbohydrates, because I don't know, but this is just for me. The more I tell myself that, the more I'm likely gonna be eating it. I know some people, maybe it works the opposite way, but for me, I find myself, when I keep telling myself, then I find myself like, okay, actually eating it. So, and that's just me. So, we're talking about the importance of catching yourself when you have those negative thoughts. Okay, the first thing you want to do is catch yourself and swap it. Okay, so if you are, for example, um, what example can I use? I can't remember on top of my head. But if you are, once life gravitates toward it, yes, yes, yes. Life nugget, you are so correct. Your thoughts shape and direct where you go. What is in your mind over and over, whatever you are thinking, be it negative, be it positive, that is what you're going to be acting out in your life. And remember, that is the energy that you're sending out. And most likely, that is the energy that you're going to receive back. So, negativity, negative energy doesn't do you any good. I promise you. A lot of people tend to feed into it. um, like in places of work, people like to join when there's a negative situation going on. Everybody want to pitch in and say their negative connotation to it and all that. But what I'm finding myself doing now is like, okay, since everybody is saying something negative about the situation, what is the one positive thing that I can find to say about this situation or this person? So that you are having a different outlook and not like everybody else. So yeah, um negative energy will really, really drain you. It will drain you, whether it's from your own self or the people around you. It's very draining. And if you're not careful, you're not going to be able to accomplish anything because it sucks your energy. Um, and sometimes your focus, you don't have focus because you're just the negativity has occupied all the space in your head. You're not able to think and process other things. Okay. So we're saying one of the things that you need to do when negativity kicks in is for you to swap the negative thought with a positive thought. Okay. When you say, oh, I can't lose weight, I can't lose weight, I'm fat, I'm this. So you want to tell yourself, yes, I can lose weight, I'm healthy, I'm good looking, all those positive things that you can tell yourself instead of the negative, like I can't lose weight, I'm fat, I'm this, I'm that, all the negative things that you tell yourself. You want to catch yourself when you're thinking about it or when you're saying it to yourself, and try to replace that, or not try, intentionally replace that with a positive thought. Okay. That is supposed to help cheer you up and lead you into the direction that you want to go. Okay. But negative energy, negative thoughts, they don't do you any good. So be mindful and try to be aware of yourself, your circumstances, and what you're thinking, and catch yourself when those negative thoughts come, and swap them with a positive thought that leads you in the right direction. Another thing that we're talking about again is, which I think I kind of mentioned at the beginning, is you want to maintain positivity around you. Okay. I just told you guys example of my daughter this morning. She woke up complaining, don't want to change her clothes, don't want to brush her teeth. And I'm like, yeah, it's a small child. But that negative energy, it's very easy to flow over into me, and I start becoming the negative parent early in the morning. And so no, that is not the direction I want to go. That is not the direction that I want to go. So guys, give me 1 second.
Huh? I want ice cream. I want the popsicle.
I told you I'm gonna be busy. You can't be doing that when I'm doing a show. Okay? Come here, say hi, and then you go.
Huh?
Come here, say hi, and then you go, because I'm busy. Okay, come here, say hi. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Hi, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
I'm here. I'm the one disturbing my mother.
I'm here, the one disturbing my mother.
I'm the one that didn't want to brush my teeth this morning.
Brush, huh?
You didn't want to brush your teeth this morning.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
you finally brush your teeth. Okay. What did I tell you this morning? We are not gonna be negative, right? We're gonna stay positive.
But I want popsicle.
I know you're gonna have that, but engage me a little bit. Did we talk about negativity this morning?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you that we need to be positive and not complaining too much. We talked about that. We didn't?
No.
You don't remember?
I don't remember at all.
Oh, okay. Well, next time I guess you will remember. Remember when you were complaining you don't want to brush your teeth, don't want to change your clothes, and I said it's not good to complain.
Yeah.
And have negative energy.
Yeah.
We have to stay positive. All right, guys. I am sorry once again. My daughter came knocking on the door, but here she is. I just wanted her to say hi. She just wants some attention. Of course, it's Thanksgiving Day, but I just wanted to sacrifice a few minutes and come over here so we can talk about the importance of positivity, the importance of changing our thoughts and making our thoughts to be positive because they impact which direction we are going to go in life. Okay? All right, I'll meet you out there. I'll meet you out there. I'm coming in a little bit.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you for understanding. Speak positive words. Yes, 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 Lily. That's what I'm talking about. You intentionally have to replace the negative thoughts, negative words with the positive ones. We don't realize it, Sometimes we just have conversations here and there. And one thing you may not realize is like people like lots of negative um, conversations, conversations that are the juicy ones. The juicy ones, people like to talk about them, and they sound good, the gossip and all that, but in most cases, that's just negative energy. That if you think about it at the end of the day, because I used to be back then the kind of person that, my girlfriend will call me and they'll be telling me about their boyfriend and other things, maybe they're having issues with their boyfriend, their boss, their mother, or whatever. And I'll stay on the phone and I'll listen and I'll listen and I'll listen. And sometimes, honestly, by the time you get done with that phone conversation, you are drained because it's been so much negative energy. I mean, you're being a good friend. I was being a good friend by listening to what they're saying, but then by the time I get done with that conversation, I myself, my brain is roasted because of all that negativity that they were talking about. So I'm not trying to be mean, but these days I try to not make my conversations too long, especially if I sense that this conversation or whatever this person is telling me, there's a lot of negativity in it and it's already starting to get into me and it's going to start draining me. I've learned to nicely exit myself out of that conversation, and I just, I'll say it in a very nice way. I'm sorry that you're going through what you're going or whatever it is, but unfortunately, I have to go. I don't have to necessarily let them know that it's the negative energy or that, but because I'm trying to protect my space and trying to keep it positive. So I don't want to necessarily make them feel bad that it's a negative conversation and it's not doing me any well because they're counting on me as a friend at that time. But I just have to find the right words to tell them so that I can exit myself out of that phone call, out of that conversation or whatever it is, without necessarily hurting their feelings. Um, yeah, negative news sells a lot. You guys know the Cora Obidi situation. Oh my God, poor young girl. Almost every African now knows her story, good or bad. The story is everywhere. And truth be told, I'm also one of those people, when I used to watch her before she had a second baby. I think I met her somewhere, not met her. I finally came across her on Facebook when her first daughter was maybe a year and a half, before she got pregnant with the second child. So I used to watch her from time to time. And it's not until when she had the baby live on streaming live on Facebook. I'm sure most of you or some of you saw it because I think at one time it was like 50,000 people watching that live streaming where she was giving birth. But what am I trying to say in short? People some people loved her truly as a person for who she is and what she did. And then all of a sudden, here, her marriage went down the drain. Some people were not for her. And, people were talking about it all over the place. So initially, yeah, I was interested to know what is really going on, because they seemed like a perfect couple together. But in reality, they were definitely having issues behind the door. And so, yeah, that's one of the issues that, I can't even listen to it anymore. It is, to me, it's one of those draining conversations. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Cora is managing her circumstances the best way that she know how to. But for me, that is no longer news to me. I've already moved on to something else. Um, but yeah, so it is very true that negative news, negative connotations to things, it spreads very fast, and people like to talk about that. That's like the juicy stuff that keep them going. But yeah, so one thing, number one, like we said, you want to catch yourself when those negative thoughts are coming in your head, and you want to swap it for a positive thought. Secondly, we say the importance of maintaining positivity within yourselves and positivity within the people around you. If it starts to become a negative situation and you feel like your energy is getting drained, you nicely remove yourself, without being rude to other people. You excuse yourself and don't do that. Excuse yourself out of the situation so that you can maintain your positive outlook. Okay. Um, what's the other thing I wanted to say? And you have to believe that you are actually in control of your thoughts. Okay, that is one thing I have learned along the way. I used to think like, oh, what comes in my head, I have no control of it. Uh-uh. You have complete control of the thoughts that you have in your head and what you do with your thoughts. You know, because before somebody does something, before they act on whatever thought was in their head, in most cases, that's not a thought that just comes randomly. This is something mostly that somebody has thought about, and they have finally decided, okay, they're going to act on it. Okay. This goes both for good things and bad things. Okay. So you have control of the thoughts that you have in your head. Don't ever tell yourself like, I have no control of the thoughts in your head. You have the control of the thoughts, and that's what we are saying. You have the capability of swapping your negative thoughts with positive thoughts. Okay. When I was in elementary school, maybe seventh grade or eighth grade somewhere, we had one of the lady teachers, and I remember her saying this statement, and I will never, never, ever forget in my life. It was very profound, and it has meant a lot in my life as I go by. And she said, this is when, we were young girls and we were being taught about the importance of um, keeping your integrity as a young girl, um, not just playing around with boys unnecessarily. What will happen if you do that? And how can you maintain your integrity and virginity as a girl until you get married? Okay, that was the context back then. But this statement still makes makes sense up till today, and it holds true. And this was the statement. He says, you can stop you can't stop the birds from flying above your head, but if they start to make a nest on your head, you can definitely stop that. Okay, because you have control of your head. But if they are flying out here in the air, you have no control of that. So it's the same thing with the thoughts in our head. We have control over them. Anything that is outside here may be outside of our control. But anything in your head, you have absolute control of that item. So take charge. Take charge. Don't let things just happen to you. Don't let um, feelings and decisions just happen to you. You shape the decisions that happen in your life, whether you realize it or not. The decisions that you make from a minute to minute, they mean a lot at the end of the day. It's a sum of those decisions that determine the course of your life, good or bad. You agree with me? I can't tell if there's anybody here. You guys have to forgive me because I am using the phone and sometimes the screen is so small. But whoever is here with me, I hope that we are communicating. Okay. We are talking about mindset and we are talking about the fact that we are in control of our thoughts. And if you change the thoughts in your mind, then you're most likely gonna control your world. Okay. You're gonna control your surroundings. You're gonna be able to control what you do with your life. You're gonna control a lot of things in your life by controlling and changing your thoughts. You know, if you think like, oh, I was born in a poor background, I didn't have my parents didn't ever have money to take me to school, I can never do well, you know, because I don't have the education and all that. You know, you have to swap those thoughts. You have to swap those thoughts and start telling yourself, yeah, I was not born, you know, by rich parents. Maybe they didn't have money to take you to college, but the truth is, just because they didn't do it doesn't mean that it can never be done. Okay, it doesn't mean that that is the end of the road for you. You can do it for yourself too, because if you keep telling yourself it's your parents mistake, they should have done this, they should have done that, then guess what, most likely you're not going to do anything, and you're going to keep in your negativity and your negative thoughts, and you're not going to get anywhere in this life. So you are responsible for your own self and for your own thoughts, and your own thoughts are going to determine the direction of your life. So choose your wise choose your thoughts wisely. you know Make sure that your environment stays positive, you know by you exuding the positivity and removing yourself from a lot of negativity in your surrounding. Okay. And like we said, you can't stop a bird from flying over above your head, but if it starts making a nest on your head, then you have control over that. So take control. Okay. All right, guys, I won't stay here long today. As you guys can see, with my daughter, she's hiding behind me here, being off from school today and it's Thanksgiving. I'm really doing them a disservice by being here, but I just wanted to show up here briefly and talk about the importance of having a positive outlook in life, having a positive mindset, and the importance of changing our thoughts to make them stay positive, because that ultimately affects where we go with our life. It changes the outlook of our life. Whether you're going to achieve what you want or not depends on right here. So let's start working on that. Our thoughts create our feelings determine our actions. Circumstances are not our thoughts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you bring the issue of circumstances, because people like to say, oh, I'm a victim of circumstances. It's because of the circumstances that I'm here. In other words, you're just making yourself like helpless, you know, um, kind of like what we learned in another subject called learned helplessness. It's kind of like you have no control of any situation or any factors in your world, and you're just there and things are happening to you. No, I don't think so. you know, Everybody is in charge of your thoughts, your mind, and to some extent your surroundings. But you can't sit back and say, oh, the circumstances, they were beyond me. You can't get anywhere if you keep blaming your surrounding, the people around you, the circumstances and all that. Okay. So yes, like my sister says over here, it starts with your thoughts. Your thoughts are going to create your feelings. Your feelings are going to create your actions. So reflect on your thoughts so that you can bring out the good feelings and the positive feelings. Okay. And the positive feelings are going to determine what actions you're going to take. All right. Yeah. The circumstances, we got to stop blaming the circumstances in our lives. The circumstances are always going to be there. But what role are you playing as an individual? You are the driver of your life. You are in the driver's seat of your life. All right. The circumstances come and go, but you have the ultimate, you're the ultimate driver of whichever direction you want to go. Whatever you give to the universe, it gives right back to you. You give it a lot of negativity, that's what you're going to receive. You give it a lot of positivity and you go out and do what you're supposed to do, you know, use your brain, use your hands, and God will multiply that and you receive it right back. Okay, so don't keep blaming circumstances here. Don't keep blaming your family, your parents. It's the school that I went to, or it's the job that I do, it's the people at my job. Take control of what you can take control and do something about it. Okay, and that is your thoughts. That's all I was bringing to you guys today. All right, Miss Life Nugget. I wish I knew your name, but I'm just gonna go by what you have over there. Life Nugget. I don't know if you're a lady, if you're a man, but whoever you are, I really thank you and appreciate you for stopping by here today. It's Thanksgiving. A lot of people are out there. I mean, Thanksgiving in America, of course. A lot of people are out there prepping and getting ready for their meals and all that. Some are traveling and all that. So it's actually, yeah, I took time from my family to come and do this today. So I hope that what we talked about today will, somebody will come across this message that it will definitely mean something to them and they will realize the importance of their thoughts and making them positive and staying positive and what all that means in the grand scheme of life. It changes your life completely. And so you are in the driver's seat. Which way do you want to go? Therefore, control your thoughts. Thank you so much. All right. I appreciate you stopping by here and keeping me company. All right. Otherwise, I will go. I'll let you guys go. And hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll stop by here tomorrow again. All right. Bye bye. Happy Thanksgiving. You want to say happy Thanksgiving?